How's it going, everyone? Tuki here, back again with some more FIFA 16 and my Liverpool career mode. And in this episode, we will finish up the pre-season tournament. We got the big semifinals match against Tigres. And here is the lineup, going with a mix of starters and reserves. Christian Benteke, Daniel Sturridge up front, Lallana, Milner, Henderson, and Lucas in the midfield, with Enrique, Colo Torre, Sacco, and Flanagan as the back line. Adam Bogdan gets the start. He requested it, so we'll give it to him. As you can see on the bench, Jerome Sinclair, Jack Dunn, João Teixeira, Cam Brannigan, Joe Gomez, O'Hanlon, and Polgar. And the hope here is the starters can get the big lead, and we can put these guys in at halftime and get them some playing time. But regardless, let's get into it. It's Tigres. Shortly after opening kickoff, we get a nice turnover there. Sturridge to Lallana, who tries to look for Benteke. Fortunately, it is turned over. A nice defensive play. Lallana, a great effort to get the ball back. Looks for Benteke again, who tries to get it to Sturridge. And again, the same defender, that same center back for Tigres, gets the ball down the other way. It's Alvarez for Tigres. He's run off by Henderson. Picked up by Flanagan to Lucas. Lucas to Lallana to Milner, who makes an excellent run. Hits Benteke out wide. And Christian Benteke works it in from here, steps into the middle, gets a great shot, and a big save for their keeper. 13th minute, a good ball from Jose Enrique down to Jordan Henderson. Luckily goes to James Milner, hits Daniel Sturridge along the outside, burns past the defender, gets lucky in getting past another one, and a good finesse shot that's right into the hands. Couple minutes later, James Milner takes the ball away from Alvarez in the midfield. Fancy pass to Jordan Henderson, ball to Lucas. A good through ball once again for Benteke. He works his way in through a mountain of people, and unfortunately it was a terrible shot by Lucas. He gets the ball back, feeds Jordan Henderson, who goes for a bomb, and it's another block shot. He gets it right back though, fights his way through, looks for the pass to Sturridge, and again it's sealed out. 27th minute, a good chance here. It's Uche knocking it in, but it's Colo Torre getting a piece of it. The counterattack comes through. Lucas, again, the quick passing, Lallana to Sturridge, who hits Lallana once again. Another out wide ball for Christian Benteke. Unfortunately, he is outrun by Estrada, much faster, but unfortunately for him, Benteke steals the ball back. Another lucky deflection, this one to Jose Enrique. He feeds Jordan Henderson in front, the wide open chance, and he shanks it. Just after halftime here, still 0-0 going into it. A good move by Jose Enrique. A strong pass right to the foot of Daniel Sturridge. He cuts in, he goes for the side foot shot, and it's another big save. James Milner wins the race to the ball, takes his time, sets up, hits Adam Lallana, runs to the top of the box, gets a good chance, and he misses wide. Juninho controlling for Tigres, but he's run off the ball by Daniel Sturridge. A big 2-on-1 situation. We don't go with the pass to Benteke. We cut inside with Sturridge, and we finish it top shelf. A beautiful, beautiful finish for Daniel Sturridge. Not the easiest decision to skip that passing option to Benteke, but there was amazing defending by the Tigres defenders. They had plenty of great plays in this game, but Daniel Sturridge takes his space and finishes. Counterattack was the way to go in this game. Another big turnover just outside of our box by Tigres. Jordan Henderson hits Daniel Sturridge. You can see the stamina. He had a workout in this game. He feeds Christian Benteke, sets up on the left foot, and drills the post. A great chance for us to further this lead, but we will get another chance here as Christian Benteke, the easy steal, feeds Sturridge in the middle, and it deflects. Another great defensive play for Tigres. Guzman kicks it out to midfield. We get possession back. James Milner hits Daniel Sturridge once again to Lallana. Back to James Milner. A beautiful play, and he drills the post again. But thankfully, Tigres could only hold on for so long. A good bit of passing in our back end. We hit James Milner, who feeds Christian Benteke with a great over-the-top ball. He gets it under control, overpowers his man, and buries it. The big goal in the 86th minute. A gigantic play for us. Seals our trip to the finals. Beautiful play, beautiful midfield play, and that is one thing I absolutely love about this game. The midfield play pays off. We get that nice over-the-top through ball, and Christian Benteke with a great finish over the keeper. Not to be outdone, however, we do have a little bit of a scare as we sub off most of our players, and right here it is Uche up and over the top of Adam Bogdan, robbing him of the clean sheet right at the end of the game. It was a great finish, an unfortunate play. Had a defender run right over the ball. Actually, I think I had a defender run completely around him. You see right there, he just misses the ball, but it's a great finish. But thankfully, again, the full-time whistle goes. Bringing in all 7 of our substitutions doesn't burn us completely. They did get that goal back to rob Adam Bogdan of the clean sheet, but we will take it. We seal our spot in the tournament finals. Taking a quick look at the prize money thus far, another $3,348,000. However, while that money is nice, we have a match. We have a finals against Besiktas. It's a rematch. Here is the lineup. Benteke and Sturridge up front, a dominant strike force. We have Lallana, Milner, Henderson, and Lucas in the midfield in the diamond. Moreno, Skirtle, Sacco, and Klein as the back line. They will more than likely be our starting back line against Stoke as well. Mignolet and net. Taking a look at the substitutes, Ings, Origi, and Ibe as forwards with Allen and Chan. Lovren, the only defensive substitute, with Adam Bogdan there as well. And as you can see, Coutinho and Firmino still out on international duty. So here it is, the preseason tournament final, the Champions Trophy on the line. Early on in the first half, a good bit of work by Besiktas, getting the movement. A lucky bounce there as he ran into his own defender. They get space in the middle, a good cut inside, and a ridiculous block by Sacco. The following corner after that gigantic defensive play by Sacco, and we get an instant clear out right onto the foot of Sturridge. We work it back, and back up top to Henderson, to Benteke. We find Sturridge in open space on the far side. The speed, the ball control, the perfect combination, and Daniel Sturridge puts us up 1-0. A great start to this game. Again, we beat Besiktas prior, looking for their revenge, and Daniel Sturridge puts a stake in their hearts right off the bat. A beautiful goal. Besiktas, however, not to be outdone. A good bit of ball movement in the midfield. Worked up to Mario Gomez. He steps inside and scores an absolute beautiful goal. An amazing goal by Mario Gomez. And who else would it be? Who else could it possibly be for Besiktas?
Mario Gomez, Mario Gomez, Mario Gomez.
Looking to answer back just before halftime. A good bit of movement. We find Benteke at the top of the box. A good fake shot, but the shot is blocked. Besiktas plays it out. Mario Gomez is out-jumped. The ball lands on the foot of Adam Lallana, who lets it go, and it's just high. Off the throw and the ball into Tosic. Lucas Leiva chasing down. The ball is turned over directly to Jordan Henderson, and we get on the attack. Benteke to Lallana, out to Daniel Sturridge, who crashes into the middle, keeps on sprinting all the way home into the box, into the back of the net. Daniel Sturridge is on fire. 2-1 on the scoreboard. Again, the counter-attack paying dividends. We force the turnover just outside of our box. A couple of quick passes, and we play Christian Benteke out wide. He cuts inside, burns his man, not the fastest player. Hits Lucas, who feeds Sturridge, who is absolutely wiped out. And a great ball out wide for Danny Ings. He cuts into the middle, feeds it across for Origi, who settles it down and pegs it off the post. But thankfully, that would be it. That is the game. That is the tournament. And for the first time in this career mode, we walk away with some hardware. Not the biggest deal in the world. It is just a preseason tournament. But again, I wanted to play through this, get a feel for the players, and really get accustomed and acclimated to these players. And we start off our road, essentially our road to glory. I know it's not an Ultimate Team series, but in terms of bringing this team back to its prior glory, turning it back into a dynasty, we get started off on the right foot with a big tournament win. Getting back into the swing of things as we take a look at the first training session as we make our way towards the season opener against Stoke. A decent week overall. We put the defenders through a very tough drill, the El Rondo, and surprisingly, it was O'Hanlon who did the best. Polgar struggling, and Phillips as well on speed dribbling actually did surprisingly well. So not a bad week, but again, our main strategy gave these youth players a chance. They're not going to get much playing time otherwise. Taking a quick look as well before I forget our prize money for winning the Champions Trophy, $4,212,000. Not a bad way to start. Taking a look at the next week's training session as well, and you can see it's been another good week for us. Jerome Sinclair and Jack Dunn, both with A grades and progressing. Jordan Ibe struggles a little bit. Chiaravella also struggles quite a bit as well, but Jordan Rossiter bringing up the rear with some good progress as well. Again, Jordan Ibe kind of the outlier in this group, but he is young enough and promising enough that we're going to give him these training sessions as well. Another week of training done yet again. So much space between the tournament final and the season opener. As you can see, not the best of success. We actually threw the 2 goalkeepers in there. Mignolet really close to progressing, and unfortunately he had a really rough week of training. Adam Bogdan as well, just trying to make him a little bit better. We might throw him a couple of training sessions as well to perhaps boost up his trade value before getting rid of him in January. The time has finally arrived, the season opener away versus Stoke. Give you a quick look at the team lineup. Now, normally I don't run with the formation like this, but I wanted to give it a try. We have the 2 striker set with Benteke and Sturridge, the 2 cam set with Coutinho and Roberto Firmino, Henderson and Milner as the dual CDM. I'm going to try it out. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Normally I like to have a bit more of a, direct midfield presence, with Firmino and Coutinho being more towards the outside. Not sure how well this is going to work out, but we'll give it a shot. Moreno, Skirtle, Sacco, and Klein, the back 4 with Simon Mignolet in net. On the bench, Danny Ings and Divock Origi, Adam Lallana, Lucas, and Emre Can as midfield replacements, with Kolo Touré as our 1 defensive substitution, and Adam Bogdan sitting on the bench as well. So here we go. It's been a long time coming. Let's get into our first game of the season against Stoke. Here we go, the first game of the BPL season against Stoke. We are at the Britannia Stadium, getting a quick look at their lineup. Some dangerous players: Jack Butland in goal, Cameron and Shawcross in the defense, and of course Shaqiri and Bojan in the midfield, players to look out for in this game. But we start off early. We get the opening possession, a couple of decent passes. We ended up working it down the wing to Philippe Coutinho, who cuts inside, somehow maintains the ball there, a big spin move, and then he gets absolutely obliterated by U.S. international Jeff Cameron, and we get an immediate penalty. We give this penalty to the man that earned it, like we always will, and it's a beautiful penalty from Philippe Coutinho. Jack Butland guessed the right way, but there was absolutely nothing he could do about that, and I cannot honestly think of a better way to start the new season, being up 1-0 this early. A little bit later on, a couple decent passes in the midfield along the outside of the box. Moreno to Henderson. He hits Coutinho, who steps up along the middle, goes for the big curled shot, but misses horrendously. But here's a game changer as we press them as they're breaking out of the back, and a big steal for Daniel Sturridge. He hits Christian Benteke, who makes no mistake. 2-0 very early on in this game, completely in control of Stoke, and Christian Benteke gets his first BPL goal as a Red. The string of bad luck for Stoke would continue. A couple of decent passes between Firmino and Sturridge. He cuts inside, burns his man, and Ryan Shawcross obliterates him. It's a second penalty in this first half. Again, a tough go for their center backs. We give the penalty to the man that earned it. It's Daniel Sturridge. He makes no mistake again. Butland guesses right, but it's a perfect penalty. Sturridge continues his amazing form from the preseason tournament. 3-0. Just before halftime, a big steal in the midfield by Jordan Henderson. He plays it along for Christian Benteke. A big chance to be up 4-0 at halftime. Benteke plays it back to the captain, Henderson, who shanks it. Second half, things slowed down quite a bit, much quieter. Stoke tightens up in defense, but here we play a ball in for Divock Origi. He's got plenty of space, but he puts it right into the keeper's hands. We would actually get another chance. Again, it's Divock Origi as his man falls over. He plays it into the middle for Danny Ings. It's poked out, and we get a chance for Milner, and again into the hands. But that would be the game. It was pretty much a dominant performance. Stoke didn't put up too much of a fight, and again, a perfect way to start this season, winning the preseason tournament and now winning our first game in the BPL season, dominating Stoke 3-0. Brought in a couple of substitutions, nothing really changed. They did manage to tighten up in defense, as I showed you there on those last couple of plays. Butland putting together some saves as well. But it's an ideal start. I'm happy with it, and we're in a good place. And really, I might have to stick with this formation as well. I didn't think I'd like it, but this worked like a charm. This might be the new formation full time. That will do it for this episode. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the series thus far, as we are now just going to march straight towards the January transfer window. No stopping here. That is absolutely the next goal. Going to try to average 3 or 4 games an episode at this rate. We'll see how that actually goes. And despite it being a little bit early, as always, leave a comment down below. Let me know who should I look to get in that January transfer window. We have a lot of money, over $100 million to spend. Again, I do want to keep the transfers somewhat realistic. I'm not going to go and try and get literally the best players in the world, at least not yet. We want to get more realistic signings, and then as we go, hopefully winning and really contending, not only for the BPL title, but for Champions League. Then we will bring in some of those really big names. I also don't want to get, you know, essentially the guaranteed players. I don't want to get the guys who we all know turn into absolute monsters on this game. I want to get some of the lesser known players that turn into monsters on this game. As always, leave a like down below if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you feel so inclined, share with your friends, share with your parents, share with your dog, share with whoever. Help me get the word out there about this little channel o' mine, and I will catch you guys next time.